Where is the best gathering zone? Where can you make the most silver by gathering? Which biome is the best? Today, we answer the age-old Albion Online question. So, starting off, we have been doing a session profit recording over the last 40 videos, going over Mist, Roads of Avalon, Black Zone, and now Red Zone just concluded. And between those 40 videos, each biome, each of those different areas, got 10 videos each, netting us altogether between two stockpiles. We're sitting at 48.5 in materials and 4.84 in random loot, silver bags, and tomes, bringing us to 53,340,000. So between 40 videos, 10 videos each biome, we got 53,340,000. So today, we're going to solve which one paid the best on average. So starting off with the Mist, we're going to break down the profit from each of the 10 videos. In Mist number 1, we made 959,000. In Mist number 2, we made 1.05 million. In Mist video number 3, we died and made no profit. Now, a quick disclaimer here. We're not deducting profit from the death runs for one very simple reason. None of my re-gears, buying new tools, remounting, anything like that actually came out of the stockpile value. That all came out of my liquid silver, which I earn on stream doing random gathering and crafting for the black market. So Mist number 4, moving on, we made 1.08 million. Mist number 5 brought us our biggest haul out of the Mist at 1.75 million. Mist number 6, 1.11 million. Mist number 7, dipping down to the lowest, 800,000. Mist number 8, bringing it back up slightly to 850,000. Mist number 9, back to 1.11 million, with Mist number 10 actually being the lowest netting at 700,000, bringing us to a total income out of the Mists at 9,409,000, or an average of about 940,900 silver per video. Moving on to the Roads of Avalon, where arguably I think I had my best experience. Now, you guys watch the videos, you tell me what you think, but I think the Roads of Avalon treated me the best. Starting off with the first Roads video that we recorded, with 1 million profit. Roads 2 got us 1.8 million, and Roads 3 brought in the second highest of the entire series at 1.9 million silver in one video. Roads 4 brought us 1.5 million. Roads 5 brought in 1.2. Roads 6 brought in 1.4. Roads 7 brought in the highest of the entire series at 2.1 million in a single hour. Roads 8 brought in 1.6 million. Roads 9, 1.8 million. And then, unfortunately, in Roads 10, we only walked away with 500,000. That was thanks to an early depot, and unfortunately thanks to a death at the end of the video, bringing the total for Roads to 14,800,000 silver across 10 videos, meaning we brought in an average of 1,480,000 silver per video. So far, that blows the Mists out of proportion by quite a bit, about 500,000 more on average coming out of the Roads than we got in the Mists. So now, let's move on to Black Zone. Next up, we are talking about the Black Zone. Now this, I think, was a fan favorite for everybody watching, but if I'm being 100% honest, going into the Black Zone, I was skeptical. I thought it was way too high risk for way too little reward, but let's break it down, see if I was right or if I was wrong. So BZ1 got us 800,000. It was not a strong start, and I'm gonna be honest, it did not set high hopes for myself for the Black Zone. But BZ2 rolled in with 1.5 million, and then BZ3 topped that with 2 million. BZ4 was 1.3, and then Black Zone Gathering number 5 brought us in an all-time high of 2.4 million. BZ6 brought us in 1 million, with 7 doubling that at 2 million. And then in BZ8, we died. Lost everything. It was horrible. BZ9 brought us back to 1.2, and then BZ10, 2 million, bringing us to a grand total out of the black zone of 14,200,000, which is just shy of the 14.8 million that Rhodes brought us, bringing us with a total of 1,420,000 silver per run in the black zone. Now, two things here. Obviously, if we didn't die that one time in Black Zone 8, we definitely would have walked away with a higher total silver and higher average than we did in Rhodes. But that also does speak to the danger that is always present in Black Zone Gathering, because our gank wasn't a mistake. It wasn't dying to mobs and then being killed by some random guy. It was an organized group chasing me across zones, and that is a very omnipresent danger inside the Black Zone. So I think if we didn't die that one time and had an even average run, we would have beat the total and the average silver income of Roads of Avalon. But last but not least, let's see what Red Zone brings us. Red Zone, Red Zone, Red Zone. You know, I almost didn't do Red Zone Gathering, but it was just such a popular request towards the end of Black Zone. So many people asked for it in the comments that I just had to oblige you guys. I had to give you people what you wanted. So let's take a look at what Red Zone Gathering brought us in. Now in RZ1, we started off hot. We started off strong, bringing in 1.8 million from RZ1. RZ2, 1.3 million. And then RZ3, death. We brought in nothing. I died. I got ganked. I'm pretty sure that was the one where I zigged instead of zagged. Instead of going out of the exit, I went to the corner of the map, and they got me. RZ4, we bounced back with 800k. RZ5 brought in a little bit more at 1.2 million. RZ6 brought us in even more at 1.8 million. RZ7, 1.1 million. RZ8, 1.4 million. And RZ9 with 1.7 million. And then the last video you guys just watched, Red Zone Gathering Session Profit, 10 of Red Zone, 40 overall, was a death, bringing us to a Red Zone total of 11,100,000 and an average silver per video of 1,110,000. Now, despite 2 deaths coming out of Red Zone, that still brings us more total and average than the Mists. So, basically, what does this all mean? Let's break it down. So with 14,800,000 silver coming out of the Roads of Avalon, that means we got 27.7% of our total silver out of the roads, with Black Zone followed closely behind by 26.2. Now what that means is if we didn't have that one death, we would have made more money in the Black Zone than we did in the Roads of Avalon. But ultimately, if I had to answer the question, which zone is best, I'm going to have to give it to Roads of Avalon, because not only did we make the most money, but we also died the least, which implies safer and higher profits, with Mists being the safest by far. No deaths, no near misses, no close calls, but also with the lowest profit, both total and on average. And then Red Zone is a great zone to gather if you're just getting into the danger zones, the full loot zones, or if you're only looking to raise your spec on tiers 4, 5, 6, and a little bit of 7. So ultimately, I'm going to go ahead and call it Roads of Avalon is the best zone to gather in terms of safety and profitability. You have the access to all the resources, not just 3 like you would in an open zone, open world Black Zone or Red Zone, and higher income than you would have in the Mists. But I want to hear from you guys. Tell me what you think. What has been your favorite zone to see me gather in? Mist, Rhodes, BZ, or RZ? Where have you made the most profit? And is there somewhere that you want to see me go next? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching and supporting this series of videos. We've got so much more to come, including more session profits, because we're grinding to 100 million in the stockpile before we sell it. So we're only halfway there. A lot more videos to come, as well as more econ guides. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.